Hello beautiful people, my name is Varstahl, and welcome to the Arbitrary Sales Suggestions Volume 2, where I pick the most interesting games or sales and send them your way right now. Let me start with Monster Hunter World. It's only 34% off, but this is by far the game of the year in my opinion. It took the world by storm when it came out this January and took the world for a ride again when the PC version launched this August. Great game, solid updates, free content expansions, seasonal events. I've already spent some 400 hours into this game and the first paid expansion is not even here yet. It's about high time you start hunting monsters, my friends. Another game that came out this year and that I love to bits is Yakuza 0. First time for the series coming to PC, and an absolute blast of a game. Open world RPG with tons of side activities, brawling mechanics, arcade games built in, pocket car racing, dating simulator, business and area management. You name it, this game probably has it. And a great campaign story to boot. For the ones of you needing more gasoline in your life, may I suggest Trials Fusion? Currently the best Trials game on PC. Perform crazy stunts while trying to complete the stage. And remember to front flip for style. Sadly, it's not even close to the glory that was Trials HD, but since that game is no longer sold, this will have to do. But maybe you're looking for something more classical. And maybe on 4 wheels. Then, Burnout Paradise might be the game you were looking for, regarded as one of the best arcade racing simulators ever gifted to us. Along with Need for Speed Underground 2 and Most Wanted, of course. In short, Burnout Paradise has been best summarized by the words of Jabberwocky. Since we're talking classics, we need to stop for a moment and talk about Bully. Bully was the project that Rockstar Studios was able to produce before discovering microtransactions in Grand Theft Auto Online. You play as a new student in school trying to survive overcoming bullies. A fantastic classic. Another classic franchise I loved and talked about recently is Darksiders. Play as the horseman on the day Armageddon comes. Except it didn't really came. Huh, that's weird. For the lovers of pixelated gore and violence, and for everyone else who didn't yet know they needed this in their life, Domina. Hire slaves, train them in fighting, and achieve the grandiose victory in the Roman Colosseum. But Varstahl, I hear you say, what if I want to murder my friends? Well, everybody wants to murder their friends sometimes, but it's generally frowned upon. What you can do, however, is challenge them in a fight to Worms Armageddon, available since 1999, and recently updated for Windows 10. Gather the absolutely best swarms you can find in the hood, and challenge your friends to a deadly duel. It's so much fun. But maybe you want something a little more updated. You might try Worm's Weapon of Mass Destruction then, with the additional fun of vehicular slaughter. Although one of my favorite games in the series was with a 3D spin, and Worms Ultimate Mayhem sits highly on my list of best Worms game ever. If you don't have any ill intention toward your friends, you should play Overcooked, one of the best cooperative games ever made. Play frantically and help each other to create dishes as fast as possible. It starts up really fun, and it ends up with you wanting to murder your friends. Which brings us back to Worms. If you survive these experiences, nothing will tear you apart. Except death. Cue in, keep talking and nobody explodes. One of the greatest examples of exemplary asymmetric cooperative gameplay. Play as the operator trying to disarm the bomb, while your friends provide instructions, hopefully the correct ones. But let's face it, they probably won't. You're a terrible friend. Being a programmer, I am morally obliged to bring you some of the best games every programmer never asked for. Starting with TIS 100, writing with a limited instruction set assembly for an imaginary controller. And then moving on to its evolution, Shenzhen I, programming with a limited instruction set over multiple imaginary controllers. But I know that despite these games being the best games ever made, Some of you just won't be able to program. But I didn't forget of you, oh no. You can still play with us, just the Shenzhen Solitaire. The standalone solitaire brought to all the people who couldn't program to save their lives. It's almost Christmas time, and we need some good stories. Life is Strange is currently 80% off. Part visual novel, part teenage drama, part detective game. Play as Max Caulfield, a young photography student who finds for herself a pretty strange power. Rewinding time. I know that for some of you, these stories just won't cut it. So for all of you who don't really like to sleep sound at night, let me introduce you to Little Nightmares, an atmospheric dark horror game where you play as a little girl who's trying not to get eaten or killed or slaughtered in machinery. Well, you get the point.
But Varstahl,
I hear you say once again.
I've been naughty and I'm a bit depraved. Is there something for me too?
Oh, but of course. If you like visual novels, dating sims and match 3 games, I have HuniePop, a game which is right up your perverted alley. Watch out for the little patch which makes everything very explicit. It's extremely not safe for work. But if you don't want to go this down in not safe for work, I suggest you try HunieCam Studio instead. Still adult-oriented, you play as the manager of a webcam streaming company, where you hire several cam girls working for you. So this is it, folks. If you're looking for more games, feel free to watch the previous Arbitrary Sales Suggestions. In the meantime, I wish you a Merry Christmas. My name's been Varstahl, and I'll see you next time.